All right, guys. Happy weekend, as I said myself in the chat a second ago. What's up, Dawn? Dawn of the Dead 84. How you doing, man? And I am
Hey,
here with
Jerry,
my
what's
brother Keith from Goraphobe. How you doing, man?
going on, Jerry? Yeah, man, doing good, man. A lot better. It sucks. I've been looking forward to doing funny games, man, and I got to where I got like a cold sweat and everything, man. I went and laid down when
I
I got
know.
back.
I was
Okay, but
seeing how you felt that during it. I was seeing that you're not feeling right and stuff, and I'm glad you got
steady
right. You
decline.
rested up. Yeah, I'm glad you
I
rested up on top of
even what, but yeah, it was fucked up, man. Pissed me off too. I was laying there sweating, feeling like I was gonna throw up, cussing. Like, God damn it.
it. And yeah, no, the rest of it was fun, but it was great having you on talking. We talked a lot of stuff before you started
Uh-huh.
feeling that way. But this film, Mario Bava's Lisa and the Devil, or like I said, we'll talk about the cuts for people who don't know. First of all, for those who want to watch along, it is everywhere basically that I checked. It's I've put the Look
Yeah,
movie link for free. It's also on YouTube for free, and that one is pinned. It's also on Shutter. It's also on Prime for free. It's on a bunch of stuff, which is great. It's on Tubi. It's and which is great to see it getting more recognition because this was Bava's second to last film before Shock with Daria Nicolodi, which I think is another
I
very
love stuff.
underrated. I know,
I
right? I think
love,
Shock
I
is a
love
very underrated Bava film, and especially for his
big,
last movie.
big. Yeah,
Yeah, there's creepy stuff in there, and we talk enough, you and me, about Daria Nicolodi and how much we both adore her. So just having her as the lead too in a Bava film is great. But this was his second to last, except for Rabid Dogs. I forget when he filmed that. I think that was 72 or
Eurocrime,
73, and then it wasn't
Eurocrime.
released until like the 90s. What's up, Russell?
Hey, Russell, what's going on, man?
We got this movie right on YouTube for free, man. If you want to watch along, happy weekend. But yeah, what this movie was right after Baron Blood, which
Okay,
is probably my least favorite Bava film, like horror film. It's still good. I always say, he never made a bad movie, and it's still a good film. And the
yeah,
cinematography is great in Baron Blood, and then there's some creepy sound effects and some good gore, but not too much. It was very lacking after Twitch of the Death Nerve or Bay of Blood. To come right after that, it was like very like and restrained, and it was the first film, this being the second one, Lisa and the Devil here, that was produced by Alfred Leone, who basically gave Bava free reign on this second project after Baron Blood did kind of well overseas. He was able to just say, all right, you can do whatever you want with this. And this was a movie that Bava wanted to make for years. And it shows, first of all. And two, it's probably his most surreal horror film. And it's in my top 10 films of all time. And one of those movies that I still don't know what the fuck is going on half the time in it. It's so nightmarish, dreamlike. There's so many interpretations of what's exactly going on. And as Russell said, Telly Savalas is in this. He plays the quote unquote devil, and he's great in this as he was. And I just read this that he has a scene or a few scenes in this where he's sucking on a lollipop, which he also did in Kojak, the show
right.
he was on, and that came out the same year as this. And it was because he was trying to quit smoking. He just recently quit smoking, so he was sucking on lollipops and stuff as a, for the oral fixation to while he quit smoking. I didn't know that, so that explains him using the lollipops in this movie and that same year with Kojak in the show, which I never watched much of, but he's great. And Elke Sommer, who's the lead in this, who plays Lisa Rayner, is she was in Baron Blood too the year before this. But again, I don't know that. I've seen that movie plenty of times, and it's still my
Yeah.
least favorite horror film
I'm
from Bava.
I've heard a lot of people say that Argento is a lot like Bava, but I disagree. I think Fulci's a lot more like Bava in that
Yeah,
fact to where they're more style over substance. Where Martino and Argento, they always had to make sense of it at the end. Bava and Fulci didn't necessarily have to.
Yeah,
They didn't give it to.
that's a great point, actually, because I agree. And I also have another counterpoint that adds to it. That's in another way that, yeah, that he gets compared to Argento a lot just because of the camera work or the lighting and cinematography specifically, and the color usage and stuff for sure. And because, I mean, Argento even stated in interviews how Deep Red and specifically Suspiria was influenced by Blood and Black Lace and the bathtub kill and that and
Right.
all of that inspired like his over the top violent kills that would define careers later on, his career later on. But also in the same way that, like you said, he's similar to Fulci, Bava, in the way that he has that just ambiguity and that dream world to some of his
Yeah.
movies that you just have to live and reside in and just be like, okay, cool, like these are this is the universe I'm living in, like with the Beyond or City of the Living Dead. It's
Right.
like, all right, this is the crazy universe I'm in, and you just got to go for the ride. So yeah, definitely in that aspect.
Life is like that, man. You know,
What's up,
life
Ken?
is like that. Not everything. Matter of fact, most things don't make sense at the end of the day. We just kind of have to accept them, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, this movie. What's up, Kevin? How you doing? Yeah, classic Bava movie. This is my second favorite Bava movie, and after
Mhm.
Kill Baby Kill from '66 is my favorite Bava film, and is also in my top 10
Kevin,
films of all time. That's also my
Eric,
favorite ghost movie of all time. Eric, what's up, buddy? So far, I'm not big into Italian horror, but I'm told I may like Bava. I know you've checked out. Yeah, I know you haven't had a good track record lately, like with trying to get into it. Um, if you like, do you like? Because I could see you not liking giallos and not being a fan of like straight giallo films, but like, are you more like into supernatural type stuff or like surreal movies?
he
Because if
doesn't like
so,
zombies. He doesn't care for zombies,
okay, yeah.
and
So I mean,
that's the
Bava
only
didn't
culture
really
he's ever
make
seen.
any type zombie movie. I mean, you can argue. I mean, Black Sunday and Baron Blood, they're kind of like zombie esque vampire, undead in some way, but not like straight zombie films. But yeah, Bava's a lot more
Almost great. Um,
I don't want to say refined, but almost.
he might have seen
Almost.
Black. You know what I mean? Have you
He's
seen Black Sabbath, Eric?
He's a phenomenon. Zombie wasn't a fan of me. I remember when you posted about one of them. I remember hearing one of those titles. You said you weren't a
Zombie,
fan
I think.
of. I think maybe it was
Yeah.
Zombie. I heard. And Phenomena. I mean, I love Phenomena, and I know Keith, that's your favorite Argento. But I could see people not caring for that one, and I know it's not that high up in a lot of people's Argento lists. Like if you would go to just pick a top Argento list, you know, from the internet somewhere, you don't see Phenomena in the top 3, top 5 or so. So I could see it, but yeah, this says like if you like Hammer films too, which ironically I've never been a big fan of Hammer films, but also I never really got big into them and watched a lot of them. You'll
Right.
probably appreciate a lot of Bava stuff too, because the lighting and the color usage and the cinematography, all of that is very, very similar in a lot of ways to Hammer Productions and stuff from the 50s. But he
I think
started,
it.
I mean, Bava himself just went on. He started the whole giallo film
Yeah.
trend. Like, there's no doubt about it. And then I mean, I'm not saying giallo's like because there were novels, obviously, and stuff like that, but the film
Yeah.
giallo, it was all
I think
Bava.
geology is what Eric would like more than the Italian supernatural because he likes for stuff to make a little more sense.
I think
Yeah, he likes
then
mystery.
he definitely might, and this would definitely be one of the movies that Eric, if you would like, because yeah, you're a big Scream fan and the mystery and stuff like that, so I could see like giallo's appealing to you more actually. This is definitely more one of his most surreal films by Bava. So this one might not work for you, like, but it's not like a
He
gory
likes fun.
zombie fest like like Zombie is or anything. It's a lot more, like I said, like refined. I would call this very more like Lynch, like close to Lynch. This movie than any of the aforementioned Italian directors, Argento or Fulci. Like this film in particular from Bava, I think is very Lynch before there was Lynch.
Hey,
Let's see. Go through the rest of these. What's up, Ant? How you doing, man? Up to 2017, 4 months ago. Yeah, I know. It's been 4 months already. Wow, man. Time flies. Time really flies. But fun fact, there's 2 cuts of this movie. And the other cut is, I think you were telling me backstage, Keith, the one that you remember seeing the last time that you saw this. And it's called The House of Exorcism. And basically what they did was this film came out in 73, even though it says 74 on websites, but in Italy it came out in 73. And The Exorcist obviously came out in 73. And they saw how successful that film was and just how immense it was. And they ended up taking Alfred Leone, the producer for this film, and for Baron Blood before this, ended up saying, let's take this film, Lisa and the Devil, and recut it and add a whole few extra scenes and make it a subplot of having her possessed and add a possession sequence basically to basically profit off of the success of The Exorcist. So they recut it and filmed some scenes with Robert Alda, who is related to my family, who's the father of Alan Alda, who's my cousin. So he's in the House of Exorcism cut as a priest, but it's not a good movie. Like the House of Exorcism cut is so butchered. It's just it's just
pulled the same thing as they did with Extra 3 on it.
Yeah, basically. Like it's and then like this is the version. Like this is the original version of Lisa and the Devil. That's the masterpiece. House of Exorcism, that was like the commercial recut cash grab, at the time by the producer, which Bava he hated it. He didn't even want his name attached to it after it came out. But all right, we'll get this movie going in a few minutes. And I'm not turned off Italian horror. Eric says just not a great batting average so far. Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. I mean, excuse me. Yeah, there's it's an acquired taste. But like Giallos, if I were to say like try Giallos out by Bava, and I know you're a big slasher fan too, watch A Bay of Blood or Twitch of the Death Nerve. That's for me and many the first slasher film, or like the film that led to the slasher film. Before Black Christmas, before Halloween, before Alice Sweet Alice, before all of that Texas Chainsaw, you had Twitch of the Death Nerve or Bay of Blood. Yeah, way before Friday. And stole 2 kills. Yeah, you know it. Friday Part 2 stole 2 kills directly from Bava's A Bay of Blood, and that was 71. Yeah, definitely check that one out because I know you're a slasher fan, and I know as a Scream fan, even though as much as I can't stand that franchise, as you know, the mystery aspect of the whodunit mystery, that's the whole Giallo genre. And but just also know that that movie and a lot of the Italian films and the Giallos are very convoluted. The stories, I mean, a lot of them are done very well, but some of them are so convoluted. The plots to them, everyone's blackmailing someone, or everyone's fucking someone over, or having an affair with somebody else. Like that's like typical Giallo, which works for some people, doesn't. But yeah, exactly. And but that's notable. That film is just one being a masterpiece for me, and two, just being like one of, if not the first slasher film, or the one that will lead to the slasher genre. Scream fan past 2. I'm sick. Yeah, that's even better to hear. Like that, I'm even happier you're around, Eric. I'm so sick. I was just talking with Ginger earlier about how sick we are hearing of Scream shit nonstop. I just want 7 out already, so I can I'll watch it like I have and did a review on the last 2. But I know I'm not gonna get fucking gift for it.
The first one was
thanks for hanging out, Eric.
Really important. It was really important. Horror, the slasher genre owes a lot to the very first one for helping it get rolling and come back in again, and they did that really well. Matthew Lillard was brilliant. But
Matthew Lillard is one of the few things that I praise about it.
Scooby Doo over and over and over again now. That's all it is Scooby Doo.
Yeah, I know. It is. And I disagree with that statement. It did well box office for sure. It revived horror at the box office. Yeah.
It
For
helped.
me personally, it ruined horror for 10 years or so. Like into
Oh,
the
man.
mid 2000s or so, it ruined a lot of horror for me because you could feel Scream's DNA all
Yeah.
over everything, not even just slashers like urban
Right. Right.
legends and the I know you did last summers, but like Bride of Chucky and
I mean,
other films in the 2000s that adopted the meta aspects from it, and everything became meta in the
mhm.
2000s, like for those years, and some of
Yeah,
it
all the
worked, a
movies
lot
like
of it
that.
did, but
You know.
it was just like overbearing. But I was just saying, talking
Yeah.
about this with Ginger, we said like even before I had a channel and like those first few Scream sequels were coming out, 2, 3, and
Yeah.
then 4, I
Four was
expected
good.
it because of how I actually like 4, and I said that to Ginger. I said that's I don't like it like, but I like it the most out of all the sequels. I could watch
Yeah.
it. Like it's not like I'm suffering if I'm watching that movie because one,
But
because
she
Emma
makes a great
Roberts.
maniac. She just makes a great fucking maniac, man. I mean,
Yeah,
look at Black
yeah,
Bolt. You know what I mean? But
exactly.
oh my God, if that had Shipka in it, I would have really adored
Yeah, yeah. If the actually if that's a great point right there. If Scream 4, the two killers were Emma
it.
Roberts, like it was written, and Kiernan Shipka was in the movie, and she was the other killer. That would be a Scream movie that I might like. Like if it was the two of them going nuts, and then Shipka was in that because she is such a great actress. She plays such a great
Oh God,
crazy person too. Like in Long Legs, we got that great scene with her. But I would love to see that. But I still give all the movies a chance. But even before I had a channel, and I like, and then talked with the friends of mine who were horror fans, which I didn't have many that were huge horror fans like I was growing up, but I had a few that were big fans, and we would talk and stuff. But we expected Scream 2 and Scream 3 and stuff. And then there was a pretty decent gap until 4, so it wasn't as over like being just banged over your head constantly. And I
yeah,
watched each one and I said, this sucks more than the last one. And then 4, I said, all right, that one's better. And then we had a reprieve for a while. And then with 5 and 6, it's just, and now it's like, oh, could we just end it already? it's,
yeah.
it's getting so fucking out there. But
I
all right,
mean,
cool. Yeah, go ahead. Finish your thought, and then we'll start the movie up.
well, I was going to say all of the films like that have a big impact. They all have their pluses and their minuses. Halloween, Friday the 13th, they all brought on good and then they brought on bad. Thing of it
Mm.
is when Halloween and Friday the 13th came out was during a great era with a lot of talent running around, the Canadian slashers and all that kind of stuff along with it. It just happened to bring a lot more talent with it with its writing of the people that were copying them. And the
I agree.
Screams didn't have that. It had the it was did last summer and all those
I
stuff.
agree. That's a great point too. Yep. I feel like, yeah. I mean, you're talking about a slasher, and I use that very lightly, always with Scream and
Mm.
stuff. But I'll give it to it for the original. But
Yeah,
you have Wes Craven, one of the, even though he's not a favorite of mine, one of the most prolific horror directors there ever was, making a film that exploded, both critically and at the box office. And yeah, people can't copy Wes Craven like that. So you're right. A lot of like it was a higher standard when he released Scream because of it being Wes
yeah,
Craven. And so the movies that followed and had all of that and tried to copy it just couldn't reach that same level, as Wes Craven did, even though I don't care for it much of what he did. But the copycats just weren't up to par. But
right.
like you said, back where Friday came out and the whole slasher
A
craze of
lot
the
of
'80s,
talent.
you
You
had a
know, all the
lot of
great
good
Canadian
talent.
guys. You
Yep.
had a lot of
You had
that's one thing that a lot of people don't think to bring up or they forget about is how
absolutely.
good a lot of those Canadian ones were, man. My Bloody Valentine,
Mhm.
all damn all dude.
That and then you had the practical effects of the '80s really adding to it and benefiting from having just
Yeah,
such great effects. Where you had Tom Savini and Mark Shostrom and K&B and all the effects were artists, Rick Baker
yeah,
and stuff working on all these movies. So I mean, there was a lot of originality So it's so whole different thing. But Eric, have a good night, man. He's gonna finish 97.6 Evil. He said he'll hit you up Sunday about The Substance, which is excellent movie. All right, cool. Let's get this one started. We'll do 3, 2, 1, go. All right, let's do 3, 2, 1, go. Alfred Leone presents. Now, for those who haven't seen this movie, it's brief synopsis before we get into it. We have Lisa Rayner, played by Elke Sommer, who is a tourist, and she's in Spain. I think Fredo or something. I could be wrong where in Spain it'll say, but she's in Spain with her friend, and then she sees a mural in a fresco of the devil, like an artist's interpretation of the devil on this fresco. And then she goes into this shop and she sees Telly Savalas' character, who looks strikingly similar to the mural of the devil, and he's dealing with a mannequin. And then she ends up getting lost, and she ends up hitching a ride and ending up at this villa with some quite interesting characters. That's pretty much all you need to know, spoiler free, going into it.
Yeah, up until I seen the episode, the Talkie Tina episode where he actually had hair, I thought that fucker was kind of like Yul Brenner. He was always bald, but he actually had hair in that Twilight Zone episode. I was like, whoa,
the Talking Tina doll. That's right. Oh, that's right. He's in that episode. The Living Doll.
I'm right. Talking Tina, and I hate you.
Yeah. Which, by the way, is well, everyone knows the Simpson episode, Treehouse of Horror one that was based off of that. But Annabelle, the whole bullshit case from the Warrens, was ripped off from that episode. They were huge Twilight. They were huge Twilight Zone fans, and guess the mother's name in that episode was Annabelle. That's where they made up that bullshit Annabelle's case.
They're phonies, man. God.
Oh, I go hard on them in my Conjuring videos I did like 2 years ago. The Conjuring 2, and Annabelle. I did videos on those three. I really waited on the Warrens. I mean,
con artists.
They were straight up con artists. I mean, you can argue and say that if it helped people cope and stuff, that's fine. And yeah, I could see that to an extent, but that's not what they're doing. They're going in and taking advantage of people's fucking faith and their hope and their fear, and they're making money off of that. And they're fucking feeding into, a lot of the times it was mental illness or drugs were involved and alcohol, like in the Haunting in Connecticut case, the kid who had cancer. He ended up like he had a lot of drug issues and alcohol issues and stuff. So, and it got shadier and shadier as they exposed that whole story for being all debunked.
And you can't get help for people if you're misdiagnosing what the issue is. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And like they were basically using his. There's even speculation if that kid was even had cancer. Because the person was writing the book, and then Ed Warren basically told the guy who wrote the book, The Haunting in the Connecticut, that turned into the movie, he said, whatever, crazy people call us, just make up whatever you have to, make it scary. This direct quote from him. I love this. First of all, that mural is beautiful, which Mario Bava was a painter. And I don't know, he didn't paint the mural that I know of there, but he did paint, there's a mural in $5 for an August Moon at the villa that the cast and everyone in the characters it's set in. There's a mural that he painted on the side of that house in that film, which is gorgeous. And here you get the reveal of Telly Savalas. Savalas. I always fuck his name up. Savalas. That's it.
Telly Savalas. Yeah.
Yeah. I always forget his name or screw the last name up. Same with Jackie Earl Haley. Since I just did that Shutter Island video, I called him Jack Earl Haley twice in it. And I said it was like deep at the editing. I said, "Fuck, that's right. It's Jackie." I don't know why I always say Jack Earl Haley. Just sounds right, like coming off like your tongue at first. There's your Fulci there, like right there.
Yeah, with the zoom in on the face. Yeah. Oh
See,
yeah. Yeah.
Fulci took it to the like a step further because he took it even further up close to the eyes. You know,
Yeah.
like Bava had more of a subtle zoom. It was more of a slow zoom, and it was common in Italian films too. It's not like
Was
it's
it?
a Bava thing, but he made good use of it, of just that slow zoom in on character reactions.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love all the stuff in the shop that she stopped in. And this is another creepy mannequin movie. There's a few of them I mention all the time, like Maniac, obviously, and the Maniac remake, and Tourist Trap, of course. And this is another one. Lisa and the Devil is a creepy mannequin movie. There's some fucking real creepy mannequins in this.
Awesome in the structure and shit, man. But just
Yeah, the
everything.
way it looks, right?
It's just awesome. Like
And if
like this skinny little alley that's going up
yeah,
this hill. It's basically a big sidewalk,
yeah,
or is it a
yeah.
narrow road? Both.
It looks like a New York City alley, like the size of
Yeah.
it, in a way. It's so narrow, but then it opens up in the arches and stuff. I mean, he just knew how to pick locations. Same with Argento and a lot of the Italian directors.
Well, all the Italian cars and even the Jeeps and shit were small. You know what I mean? They didn't drive
Yeah,
big, huge cars, you know.
yeah. Well, yeah, I went to Italy 5 years ago, 6 years ago, and we were driving around the Amalfi Coast, and dude, the roads are so narrow, and it's right on cliff sides, and so you're just going right around cliffs and stuff. It's wild. I love that shot right there with
Yeah.
the windows that are different colors and stuff, and the thing hanging above it. That looks so cool.
That's one of the first things that I noticed about the about giallos and everything is when they were in Italy and everything is just how cool everything looks, man. Because here in America we tear over architecture down.
Yeah,
They
they keep and preserve it. Oh yeah, they preserve. They are very protective of their architecture and their history. Which is that's the thing. Like that's another thing that adds to a lot of foreign movies, and we say it all the time with just the production value. Like even like especially like Indonesian and Asian films and Thai films and stuff that they're gorgeous countries. So even if they're low budget Indonesian films or Korean films and stuff, they're gorgeous countries to begin with. So it immediately ups the look of the film and the production and the cinematography, all of that. And the Italians had that in spades because everywhere they shot in Italy, in the countrysides or in the little villages, all of it was authentic. All of it was on location.
like the Monroeville Mall should be considered a national monument, but it's not. But
I know you would think, right?
they're tearing it down in 2027. If that was in Italy, it wouldn't happen.
Absolutely.
They'd just do something else with it. Yeah, I can't believe they're going to do that, man.
Yeah, that's fucked. And you can like just feel the wind coming like through like the movie. And interesting enough, they shot this film with no sound. Everything was dubbed, was recorded afterwards, which I think adds to the surreal nature of it.
Yeah. He talks like David Hess. His voice sounds like David Hess when he talks. Telly Savalas.
Yeah, I can see that.
Sounds a lot like
I hear it.
He even makes the facial expressions like Hess does. Just watch him real close. His way his mouth moves. It reminds me so much of Hess. He's got a demeanor about him that's like Hess somehow.
Yeah, I can see it. I love those stones, stuff, the stone walls, and the geography changes right there where she turns around, and he's carrying his weird looking mannequin.
It looks like she's entering like an Egyptian or no, not non-Egyptian, but
Yeah,
like
like a tomb of some sort, right? Like, yeah, I know what you
Sinbad
mean.
or something like something
Yeah,
Sinbad.
yeah, yeah. This movie does
Yeah.
have a lot of psycho vibes in some ways as well, which we'll see a little bit from now, which I think are really really well done. There's a creepy ass skeleton like this, who I love that shot. I think let's stay on Telly's Telly, the devil here. That's my background now. We're gonna be Telly.
Damn, she just tossed her downstairs. Get off me. Yeah, you killed the guy.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. There's so much. This is a movie too that it requires so many rewatches, at least one, to fully like what the fuck was going on. Like I said, like it's in my top movies, and I still don't fully know what I feel happens. There's 3 or 4 different theories throughout this movie, but it's one of those films. Like that's why I equate it to like Lynch. Like it's kind of like Inland Empire or Eraserhead or Mulholland Drive, like those type of films, like so dreamlike, surreal with hints throughout, but things that also don't make sense or they don't have to, or it's like the clock right there, the pocket watch. They'd make a very important note, to show that off real quick.
She tossed him down there. She noticed he was dead. She did what anybody would do. She didn't stick around. But she noticed nobody.
Yeah,
So
yeah. It's
he
like
took the
I'm
fuck off.
I'm out of here, yo. What am I gonna do? They're dead already. I can't
No,
help. I'm just gonna add to the confusion if I
I
hang
haven't
around.
seen him. Haven't seen him. I don't know what happened to him, man.
Yeah. And yeah, Russ, The Conjuring 2 is my favorite actually, out of the whole
Yeah,
Conjuring verse.
it
I
is.
like the
I haven't seen the newest one, but the
I
three
thought it
I've
was
seen.
pretty good. I thought it was pretty good. Last Rites, it was much better than the third one, The Conjuring the Devil Made Me Do It. That
Mhm.
one I didn't like at all. But two's always been my favorite. Then Annabelle Creation, and then the original Conjuring. Everything else, basically, in that whole universe, Annabelle Comes Home is a little. That's fun. Everything else, though, I really don't care for. Hey, what's up, Prime? Hey, how you doing, man? Happy
But like,
weekend.
but he kind of almost made his name besides the Watchmen was in Insidious. And God, look what they did to the Insidious movies, man. The first two,
I
three.
know.
I even like the third one, the one with the man who can't breathe. I thought that was
Yeah,
good too. But
that
God
was the
damn,
one Lee Winnell directed, right? I think
but
Lee
that
Winnell
fourth one,
directed that one. And
and then that.
I didn't know for like the first 2, 3 times I watched the first 2 Insidious movies, that was Lee Winnell that plays what's his
Oh
name,
yeah,
Specs. I know it is. I just he looks so different
yeah,
compared to like with the glasses compared to like seeing him in Saw like a few
yeah,
years before that, and then just like
yeah,
knowing him as director writer. So when I
yeah,
first saw Insidious, I was like, wait a minute, this guy looks familiar and shit. I couldn't place it. And then like the next time I watched it was the same thing.
yeah.
And then the third watch or so over the years, I said, that's fucking Lee Winnell. It took me that long to realize because he looks so
Yeah.
different.
I noticed him right away though. It was his voice because
Yeah.
that's the guy that was partnered with the Hot Pocket guy.
Yeah. Hop. And I love, and Lynn Shay, we've both talked about, and we've both loved the movie Dead End a lot. Didn't you join me for a watch at Dead End? Didn't we do that
Yes.
movie? I think so.
Yep.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That movie's so underrated, and Lynn Shay is just a national treasure, and she
That's
is.
her best performance. Her best performance, in my
Oh
opinion.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we've talked about that many times. That
Fucking
is definitely her
classic.
best performance for me. Dead End is Lynn Shay's best, but her Insidious performances and stuff in that series are great, as the least. And I mean, I still feel like they're pretty generic, mainstream, run of the mill horror films,
Right,
possession
right.
flicks. But the first one was very unique, and I thought the sequel was good. I liked the third one, and I liked actually the fourth one. The Last Key isn't too bad. I did not like the Red Door, the fifth one. I thought that sucked.
That's the one that he directed. You notice he hasn't done that since. He hasn't directed since.
What the fifth one? No, the Lee Winnell
The
directed the third one, I think, right?
No, the fourth one, the star, the dad directed the fourth one, or the no, the
Ah,
fifth one.
okay. Oh, the
The
fifth one. Patrick Wilson.
yeah,
Yeah,
he
that's right.
directed
Yeah,
that
he
one.
directed the fifth. That's right. You're right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He hasn't tried to
Yeah,
direct since.
yeah, I didn't like the fifth one. I did not like that.
No, it was terrible. My son, because my youngest, my 18-year-old, he loved the first three Insidiouses, and he liked the fourth one. He seen that fifth
Yeah,
one. He bitched about that for a week, man. He bitched. He just, you see, he said it's an abomination. I said, "Geez, man, relax." It's all right.
yeah, no, it was bad. I
He's
remember it
passionate.
being very
He's
bad.
passionate film fan, man.
I mean, again,
I'm
not a terrible, terrible movie or anything, but it's still competently made. It's very well
he hated
made,
it.
so, which it should fucking be. It's a major studio horror release of a fifth entry in a big franchise. It better look good, which is what I say about all movies, in franchises and studio
Right.
films and stuff. They should look good. The cinematography, sound, all the technical aspects should be good from especially from a franchise like Insidious or The Conjuring or anything like that. So they're
Right.
positives, but they're expected positives that should be there. You know what I mean? But like the story didn't work for me. I don't even remember that movie. I mean, movies like that are just like, oh, this was not good, and I just move on and forget. I watch another movie and I forget about that one already. like,
I don't think
and,
I don't think they're expecting the Insidiouses to do anything in the very beginning. I think that's why they killed off
yeah,
Elise at the end of the first one. I think if they knew that they
could
were
be.
going to pick him, they'd have
Oh
kept it
yeah,
alive.
absolutely, and that's kind of what forced their hand, right, to like go prequel route, like by the third movie or second, something like that. But we got the whole timeline how it goes. It's a sequel. The second's a sequel, then the third one's a prequel, then the fourth one's like a sequel to the prequel or something like that. It's weird.
Something.
The
That
Countess
was
here in this
that was one
movie.
for Suspiria.
Oh, I was just yeah, that's what I was gonna say, right? The woman from
1,
Suspiria.
2, and 3, and 4.
I
Yeah.
always forget. I always forget her name for some reason.
Oh, me too. Me too. But she's the one that says 1 and 2 and
Yeah,
3 and 4.
3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, what the? And she's in Inferno also.
She says,
Um,
yeah. She
she's in
said
a lot of
he.
stuff. What was her name?
She calls the poor guy ugly right in front of his fucking face.
Yeah, yeah,
He's very hideous.
yeah.
Damn.
Alita, is that it? I think, yeah, that might be her. Let's see.
I don't remember her fucking name in it, man. I should, but I don't.
It's Alita Valley.
It's yeah. She's a character, man. She stuck out to me. She
Yeah,
always had.
Alita Valley. That's her name. Yeah, and Suspiria, Inferno, like we said, and what else was she in? Killer Nun, which I haven't seen that movie
Oh,
forever, but that was like one of the first nun exploitation movies, right?
yeah.
I never got into that subgenre. I've seen maybe I saw Killer Nun. I know I saw that years forever ago. I don't even remember it, and maybe one other. I couldn't even tell you, but like not my subgenre at all.
Well, I'm kind of a pervert, so it's definitely mine.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying I'm not a pervert at times, but it's never done
For some
anything for
reason,
me.
I like it. I
It's
like
never
it for
done
some
anything for me.
reason. I like that whole aspect for some reason. I don't know
Oh,
why because
yeah, Demonia. There's an example. There's a good Fulci film example, which I've been meaning to do a deep dive on Demonia for a long while now because
I need to
and
rewatch it.
it's coming soon because that's a very very underrated Fulci film.
I've seen it once or twice. I need to rewatch it.
It's a great. I don't want to say great because it's not on the same levels of all his
No,
great films or excellent films, but it's a very good later Fulci movie that doesn't it gets a lot more hate than it gets the respect it should get because it's
yeah.
pretty damn good, even though it is kind of reminiscent in a lot of ways of other Fulci stuff in the past, stuff he's done already. But and the score is really good too, actually. There's a lot of good stuff in that movie, and that counts as a non-exploitation, I guess.
He kind of mixes The Blind Dead and like some of his stuff and the whole non-exploitation type thing and rolls it all up into a ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Russ has Love Lachey and The Call with Tobin Bell and Room for Rent. Oh, Room for Rent, yeah. I don't know if I've seen The Call, but Room for Rent, I remember that. Hate YouTube ads, so going to pay for. Yeah, I've been paid for premium forever now for like years. Which I feel like if you're in if you're in the creator program, like YouTube partnership program, you should get free premium. That's something, right? You would agree with that as a fellow someone in there. Like if you're in the partnership program, I feel like you should get premium for free. I mean, how we put enough of our lives into this platform, right? Like we deserve, we should get fucking no ads to deal with.
When they went stupid with the ads, man, I don't have the kind of patience. I was like, look, this man, to me, it's worth the money per month. You know what I mean? We shouldn't have to, but it's worth it because their ads are stupid.
Prime, are you talking about the one in Insidious? That like famous demon behind oh, what character is it? Is it Barbara Hershey's character in Insidious? The red demon. It's behind Patrick Wilson. Barbara Hershey character is the one who sees it.
The Darth Maul looking one, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's a great jump scare. That's one thing I'll give it. And the original Insidious was great too, with subtle scares in the background. You know, and like when the kid would run by, and then like a kid's like a kid is present, like a ghost kid or whatever. And then she walks by, and it doesn't draw any attention to it, but the kid's just standing facing the wall, and she walks past it, and there's no attention drawn. Like stuff like that is very good with the Insidious movies, at least the first few.
Yeah. I love how they used Donahue from House of the Devil as the young Barbara Hershey.
Yeah,
Jocelyn Donahue.
Great. I had House of the Devil on the other night.
That's a good one, man. Yeah.
Yeah, into this red faced devil. Yeah, had a background. Yeah, you're right. Because yeah, actually, now that I think about it, because I'm kind of rusty on those films. I did reviews for Insidious. Actually, was like there's the pocket watch again. Just dropped that she saw earlier on the guy Mario. I think I could forget his name, but that she thought she killed. So there's that pocket watch. But yeah, you're right. I'm rusty. I did Insidious is like the 10th video on the channel, so that's like 2,000 videos ago, and I did only that one and the fifth one, and then I never did any of the sequels because I did the fifth one when it came out, and I did the first one early on. So guys, let me know in the chat if you guys want me to do maybe the Insidious sequels at some point. Because then we have Threads coming out, right? There's like a spin-off of Insidious coming out next year. It's supposed to come out this year, and then it got delayed, I think, if I remember that right. But that's a great shot, and it reminds me just like Kill Baby Kill, when she just saw the guy's handprint and him on the window, and the zoom in on that, same as in Kill Baby Kill on Melissa Grops' Ghost, when it zooms in on her, which is a favorite shot of mine in cinema. You know what else this movie reminds me of, and always has? Carnival of Souls.
Yeah.
It has a very Carnival of Souls feel, atmosphere, that's the real dreamlike feel to it.
Yeah.
And also just in like what happens and stuff by the end of it, like you'll know more what I mean with that one.
Have you seen a Frightmare? Not the one from the 80s, but the one from like the 70s, like the mid 70s or so, early to mid 70s.
I don't think I have, but I know what you're talking about.
Where
because I've seen it and heard of it over the years.
Yeah. That's a good one. The old woman is the cannibal. I don't remember any of the names of people in it, but she goes off to like an asylum or something for a while, and then she gets out. And she's trying to kick her habit of eating. You know what I mean? Of
eating people. That's interesting.
And
that sounds familiar. Yeah, I never thought so.
But it's definitely good, man.
I gotta check that out. This is Maximilian, who apparently Anthony Perkins was offered the role to play him, and he declined.
He was a much better actor than what people ever really
He's like
talk
the
about.
one. Like this movie has a lot of themes of like reincarnation, or like being stuck in like a purgatory, or like a pocket dimension. Like that's what this whole like villa kind of like evolves into.
Yeah.
And why it's such a surreal movie, and as it goes on, it gets more and more so. But it, I just love the whole feel and look of this film. Even though I think Kill Baby Kill's cinematography and lighting and color usage, especially, is so much
Yeah.
better, and that's why it's my favorite Bava film. Well, one of many reasons, but there's
Yeah.
not as much color usage in this movie, like with the colored lighting, but it has just the set alone of the villa and
Yeah.
everything, and all the decorations and stuff. It's so gorgeous, and it's so creepy at the same time.
His demeanor is like Hess, just what he said right
Yeah.
there. I can see Hess doing it.
Yep.
If Hess
And
didn't look like a dirty bastard, Hess just
yeah, no, I definitely can. Since you mentioned it, I can see it. I can see what you're saying.
like if you're not
He
looking
does
at
have
him,
his mannerisms and stuff a bit.
and when he talks, like if you're not looking at him and you just hear him say a word or two, you could swear it might be Hess.
And he was in stuff too. This guy, the guy who plays Maximilian, the son of the Countess here. There's always
Yeah.
a Countess in these fucking Italian movies too. There's always I said in I did a short TikTok review the other night on Umberto Lenzi's Knife of Ice. You seen that one from '72?
What is it?
Knife of Ice from Umberto
No.
Lenzi or Carol Baker. I I've only seen like maybe 6 or 7 Lenzi films, and he's someone I definitely got to get more into. But I saw So Sweet, So Perverse years ago, like one of his giallos. I saw Orgasmo, which I really like that one. I remember that one the most out of his giallos. Then I love Nightmare City. I love Nightmare Beach or Welcome to Spring Break, even though that's technically not really. There's been debate on whether he really directed that because he wanted nothing to do with it. So I mean, it's not really a Lenzi film. And then Cannibal Ferox, and maybe one or two others, but
He did the ball, didn't he?
it was, yeah. I mean, he's done so many movies and so many different genres and stuff and
Right.
subgenres. He's such a diverse director, and it's good, but it's lacking the Knife of Ice, that movie. It's lacking his signature, like especially for his giallos, the ones that I've seen and read about, his, praise for his other ones. It's lacking
Right.
that eroticism, nudity, and all the kills are off screen and stuff in that and Knife of Ice. All off screen. You see some aftermath stuff, and I mean it's interesting, and the story's good, and it's the same composer who did Anthropophagus years later. So I mean the score is pretty good. So it's good giallo, and I think it's worth watching for sure for any giallo fan. But it was kind of restrained for a giallo at the time in '72, and it was restrained for Lenzi in general.
I had never heard anything about Anthropophagus before I seen it, so you can
Oh
imagine my
yeah,
shock.
I know, right, dude? That's such an
I'm,
insane movie. That's so great, though. I love it.
like, what the fuck did he do it? Oh my god!
It's
Yeah,
I know with the baby. I mean, that baby scene is just infamous. Blood
I
Harvest,
didn't see
Russell. That's
him.
such a terrible movie. It's such a
He was
bad movie.
creepy. Man. Of course, Tiny Tim didn't have to try to be creepy. He was just
No, he didn't. Yeah, he was always a creepy fuck. He was running with the ukulele. We're talking to him with Insidious. So they use that song, and I use that song in one of my fake trailers, "Lost World" in the mouth of Lord of the Flies. Fucking way back. It's the perfect song to use like a comedic trailer because of how overused it's been in creepy movies and horror films.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, he is creepy no matter whether he's trying or not. But Blood
Ooh,
Harvest, I've seen that twice actually. I don't know why I saw it a second time, but it's so low budget. It's a very, very, very low budget film from like
mhm.
60, 87 or 86. And
Something
Tiny
like that.
Tim's in it, and he's barely in it. He's in a few scenes. He's not the killer or anything like that. And then and half the movie is just the main chick naked, which is fine. But like that's the whole movie. Like basically, there's no good kills. There's barely kills to even talk about, or even there's
Right.
nothing there. Like it's just a terrible film, terrible slasher. I love the shadows when he's going up the stairs here.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a bedroom in this. I think it's Maximilian's room, or is it the count? I don't think it's the Countess's room. It's Maximilian is the Countess's son here. Um, I I think it's his room. There's a bed that Bava also used in Hatchet for the Honeymoon, and he also used it in Black Sabbath in the segment The Phone. You know that
Yeah.
segment from Black Sabbath? The
Right.
bed that's in that room is also in this guy's room. And they also use the same bed in Hatchet for the Honeymoon, which is another favorite Bava film of mine, which is very underrated as well.
Oh, yeah.
Love the
That
way he
was the
talks,
first thing
Chasey.
I've seen.
Thanks, Russ.
First, first I've seen his was Shock, and then the second one I do believe was Planet of Vampires,
That's a great underrated one.
and then it was Kill Baby Kill, which ended up being my
Uh,
favorite too. That's why I was surprised when you said that. You was the only other person that I'd ever heard say that. And then I seen Hatchet.
what of Kill Baby Kill being their favorite Bava?
Yeah, you're
Really?
one of the person
I
besides
feel like
me that
that's a
I've heard say
well.
that.
I feel like that's not like too common. But I mean, Martin Scorsese's favorite that he's quoted that as Bava's best film and his favorite Bava film. So at least we got that in common.
Because usually somebody will say Bad Blood or what I mean, something like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. Or Blood and Black Lace is the big answer everyone goes to.
Exactly.
That's why some people were shocked, and I'm very happy that because I put a lot of work into it. That Bava documentary in my top 10 Bava film video that
Mhm.
I did like a year and a half ago. I see it every now and then go up like in views and stuff. It's steadily been going up. It's up like 500 views or so. I've gained like 10 subs from it. So I'm like, all right, cool. So it's found its niche. Like it found the Bava fans, in a way
Mhm.
out there. And I noticed my Italian horror playlist in general gets consistent views more than
They
other
do.
things because
They do.
and you're on it a lot too and stuff because you're on a lot of those with me and stuff. And then we're not as many people talk about these films, so it's much more niche and it's a lot more people will find that content more. But I noticed that with the Bava documentary, and I put Blood and Black Lace at number 7 of my Bava films, and that shocked some people that
Well,
at having at number 7. But even though that film is a masterpiece, so that says everything about the 7 films from that film to number 1 is that they're
mm,
all masterpieces for me. It was 7 was Blood and Black Lace, and then I think it was Black Sabbath, Hatchet for the Honeymoon, Black Sunday, Twitch of the Death Nerve, this film, and Kill Baby Kill. Hey, what up, Synth?
hey, Sin.
Happy Friday, my friend. Or Saturday now, technically. But it's not the next day till you pass out and wake up the next morning. That's my rule. How it's always
That's
been.
what exactly.
All right. Until the night ends and your brain resets after sleeping, it's still the same day.
Right. So, in my youth, that means it was like Friday for like 3 or 4 straight days. And
Yeah,
then
exactly.
finally,
Oh, yeah,
one
yeah,
year,
yeah. I've used that defense, Your Honor, many times.
finally, and then finally, once I go to sleep and wake up, it's Saturday for me and like Tuesday for everybody else.
That's funny. Excellent. You
Things are
have
able
to
to be
do a bottle
remembered.
of bourbon. It'll happen. Nice, man. What type of bourbon? And it's funny. I got Telly Savalas, the devil, right behind me. So that means that. Look at me, Keith. I got it on the screen here. So I got me. I'm the devil. I'm the fucking Telly Savalas. He's so great in this too, and just how casually he acts, and how proper, and like he's having a fun time.
Yes, yeah, that's the right way to play it. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
She always comes off so odd, man. She always comes off just like in
So
Suspiria. She's not
I
even
thought you
villain
were
in
talking about her.
Suspiria,
Yeah.
but you think she's going to be. She's
Yeah.
actually kind of being held hostage in Suspiria. Basically, she basically doesn't have much of a choice at what's going on there. She knows what's good for her. I'll put it that way.
You mean like if she were to like try to leave the coven
Like
in some way?
they use her dance studio as their front, basically. So she's basically, I don't think she can leave if she
Really?
wants to.
Really? I never looked at it like that. I
Yeah.
always look. She's just as complicit with all of it. No, because
Well,
Mater Suspiria. I mean, not what's her name? Helena Marcos, the head of the
yeah,
coven, who Susie kills at the end, is the one who founded that dance academy.
yeah. But what I'm saying
So why would?
is she
Yeah.
runs it. She runs it because that's the best
Mhm.
kind of front. That's the best kind of cover. That way,
Yeah.
no one's the wiser.
Oh, yeah,
So
that makes sense.
I always kind of looked at her as she's complicit, yeah, but how much choice does she have?
Well, I mean,
It's
if
something
she's
that's never really explained.
yeah, that's what's great about Suspiria too, is that there's so many questions like that don't need answers. Really, in the end, when you think about it, it's good. It's cool speculating it, but it's. I love how
She gets this look on
Argento
her
left
face.
all that coven stuff wide open, for
Yeah.
Suspiria.
Next
I
time you
love that.
watch it,
I love how
look at
she
her face
sees.
real quick.
Yeah,
When
I gotta pay attention, man.
when Jessica Harper, she starts going through all her problems, all this kind of stuff and
Mhm.
everything, and she's stepping in and trying to comfort her, dear, and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Different little things happen. Watch the look on her face. It's almost like she almost doesn't quite like what's going on. That's what I took from it anyway.
I mean, I don't know. I've seen the movie a million times, and I've really just, I will look out for it, but I still think she's 100% just part of the coven, and she's absolutely complicit 100% in all of it. But I'll
Yeah,
look out for any like little subtle like
but
mannerisms and stuff like that for sure.
yeah,
That's the movie I watch like 4 or 5
it,
times a year.
it's
Suspiria.
a it's a look on her face she gets every once in a while to tell you, yeah, she's complicit, but she doesn't
But
necessarily
like
agree with
how much
everything.
so? Yeah,
She
I gotta
doesn't
look out for
necessarily
that.
agree with everything. Like maybe she likes Jessica Harper, maybe she
Yeah.
kind of feels for her a little bit type thing.
Well, they do expand on that in the remake. Have you saw the remake, right? You like the remake, or did you not
Uh,
care?
just once when it first come out. I
Okay,
need to give it another watch. I need to watch it
because
again.
she's Mrs. Wait, no, no, yeah, no, Miss, no, no. Actually, my whole point isn't right because that's not Miss Tanner. That's Mrs. Blanc, Madame Blanc in the
Yeah.
remake. That has kind of a closer bond. Played by oh, why am I blank? Tilda Swinton.
So
Who
yeah.
plays 3 roles in the remake, where a lot of people know it's 2 with the old man, but she plays 3. She plays Helena Marcos, the witch, at the end also. She plays 3 roles in that remake. She's phenomenal, Swinton. But they kind of flesh out the relationship between Madame Blanc and Susie Bannion a little more in the remake, and that there is more of a care there, but that's not that character. That's what
Right.
the hell's her name? And Suspiria. It's Mrs. Madame Blanc, Mrs. Tanner. Yeah, that's not Mrs. Tanner. But I was
But
thinking at first, I was thinking it was the same that if that was Mrs. Tanner, and I was saying that would make sense. They fleshed it out in the remake.
well, they could have just transferred that and kind of
Yeah,
because she's kind of that
possibly.
character. You know what I mean? One
Yeah.
of the 3 she plays is kind of like her. You know what I mean? They kind of split that role up. It's not the same role as it is in the original one. Completely
Oh yeah.
different movie.
I mean, yeah. Well, yeah. I was just gonna say. I mean, nothing about that movie really is close
So
except for the story
so they
and
couldn't
character
take and from
names.
that.
I think it's a great remake. I think it's one of the best remakes from the 2000s forward. I love the
I
Suspiria remake,
Yeah,
even though
I
it
need to
is
see
a
it
little
again.
long.
That's what I think. That's the one thing that turned me off of that. I was just going to say that it just seemed
It's
really
a
fucking long.
tad long for sure. They could have cut at least a half hour out of that movie. It would have been fine. It was like 2 hours and a half or 2 hours and 20 minutes, something like that. They could have cut 20 minutes out at least and fine. But
I,
it's good besides that.
I have it on Blu-ray. I don't know why I haven't never checked it out again because I always give myself that second watch, and I'm usually glad that I did.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know how much I always just emphasize rewatches for anything.
Very important.
They're so important. Just for
You
your
know,
mood alone, like the first time you watch something, and then like the next time you watch it, you can be in a completely different mood and pick up on completely different things.
mm-hmm.
There's your little faulty close up on the eyes. I love that carousel of characters there and the skeleton with their cloak over it.
Yeah.
This movie has some of my favorite set design in a film. I'll say that. Like the set
Yeah.
decoration, the way everything looks, and all the antiques in the store earlier when she first runs into Leandro Savalas' character, and all the stuff in the house here in the villa, the way it's decorated, everything about it. And I love the music. I forget who did the score for this movie.
It's got a good combination of great set decoration and great on location. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's got a good mixture of it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like earlier, like we were saying with like the stone alleys and stuff and the architecture. And this scene here, I mean, look at the cinematography with how that looks. That looks fucking gorgeous.
And it looks so happy.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. With the music too, making it like cheery sounding almost. Which, speaking of cheery sounding and stuff, this is off the topic a bit, but I know this is just like a flashback weird scene. Guess what I watched earlier tonight, the first time, and I don't even know how long, man. It's an original of a great remake from the '80s that most people consider better than the original. I watched the original from the '50s, a movie that was remade in the '80s.
The Blob?
Yes. I knew you'd get it like first shot there. Yeah, The Blob. I watched the original The Blob earlier for the first time in I don't know how long, man, since I was a kid, maybe, with Steve McQueen. Yeah, you know, it's not great, and the remake is excellent, and I think the remake has effects work that rivals Day of the Dead and The Thing almost to an extent. Like it's up there with like '80s practical effects. And I really love the remake as a whole. But the original, it was much better than I remember it being. I mean, some of the effects do look very hokey and shit. They do. But
Yeah.
speaking of the cheesy music, though, there's a lot more of like the romance in it between Steve McQueen's character. Steve is his character's name too, is Steve. And I think Jane or Janie, he calls her, is the girl. There's a lot of those type of scenes with the real romantic swelling music coming on, and they're talking and stuff about the blob and what to do. But I enjoyed it like much more than I remembered ever enjoying it. But I actually thought it was interesting that for the time period it was released in, you know, in the '50s, that people, the country, basically, they were still very patriotic and believed the government. In the '80s remake, they added the twist where it's a government, you know, experiment gone wrong, and they have to try to come and contain it and stuff. In the original, that's not there at all. It just came from outer space. And that's it. There's no government conspiracy in the original. And I forgot all about that. I had no idea. That was interesting.
I think in all of the mid to late 50s original horror films that had great remakes later,
The Fly, The Thing.
Invasion of Body Snatchers is my favorite original.
Yeah. And you know, that's a remake that I got on board late with. I just saw the remake of Body Snatchers like 2 years ago.
The one with Donald Sutherland, that one kicks ass, man.
Oh, it's amazing. That was just one of those movies. I saw the original Body Snatchers 2 or 3 times, like in my life, and then I saw the '90s one from '90 or '91. I saw that one once,
Yeah.
but I never, for some reason, that was just one of those classics that just flew under my radar that I always knew of, just never got around to. And I finally checked it out like 2 years ago, and I was like, "Damn, man, this is a phenomenal
That's
fucking
one of the
remake."
best remakes ever made. It's you
Yeah.
know it's in the league
Oh,
with
it
the
would make my it would make my top it would make my top 15 remakes, horror remakes of all time.
I have like 5 favorites. It's like Evil Dead, Invasion of Body Snatchers, The Thing, The Fly, and I've got a fifth, but I can never remember that fifth one. And then I'll
I
remember.
know that's how it goes, right? With any type of list.
Now
Not Scarface. It looks
it's
like it though.
it's not Dawn of the Dead or any of those either, like it is with a lot of people.
Yeah.
But it is a really good one. But that's 4 of my 5 right there.
Now, even like the kills in this movie are good. I mean, which is nothing new, like for Bava films, especially in the 70s. But
Wheels him away.
because I don't want to like reveal too much too soon for those who haven't seen it. But like even like the stuff like there, like even like we don't the aftermath. I like how it's not. It actually has some realistic looking blood for like 1970. This was 73. So you're used to seeing the red paint blood, right? And a lot of like really early giallos and like 70s early Italian horror films. This one, you got some pretty better looking blood. It's a lot better looking than the red paint one that we would see a lot of in the early 70s. And Baron Blood actually had the same. Like the that's one thing that's good about Baron Blood is the blood actually looks pretty good. And Leandro is always around. He's always lurking around somewhere. Telly Savalas.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He like leads the pack usually. It seems like
He's like the puppet master in the scenario here, which we'll expand upon later. But yeah, he's like well, he's basically kind of the devil in a way, is what just the name alone implies, and his resemblance to the mural. And we know he does something to do with those mannequins. It's fucking weird and creepy in some way. He's doing something with those. Because near the end of it, then I'll start talking like the interpretations and theories about it.
oh, they just started leaving the guy the fuck away. He just started rolling him away. He's like, all right, we're done.
I know, yeah, I know. Right? It's like it happens all the time, and that is a little hint at like how casual he is about it.
He's right there with the rollie. Throw him on.
Yeah,
I got a place for him.
Since there's every iteration of Body Snatcher story are good and represent the time period they were made very well. Yeah, I got to agree with that because I liked every single one. I like the original one. I like the like I said, when I got laid on board with the 70s remake, I put it in my top 15 remakes. And I don't remember the 1991. It's from 90, right? I want to say 90. But
there's a couple different ones. There's that, and then there's also The Invasion with Nicole Kidman too.
Oh, I remember that. I don't remember if I saw it, but I know the movie you're talking about. Yeah. I don't think I saw that actually. But the 1991, I know I saw once, but I don't remember it really at all. But I remember liking it. I didn't think anything was like terrible about it. Look What Happened to Rosemary's Baby sequel. You know, I tried looking for that, Russell, when Apartment 7A came out. And hey, Rocky, I want to say hi to you before I go off on a fucking spiel. How you doing, honey? What Happened to Rosemary's Baby, the sequel, right? Well, you know how I feel about Rosemary's Baby. I don't like that movie. I never have. It's one of those films that is so slow for me, and I respect it as a classic. It's just not for me. I've given it like 7 chances in my life or more, but
just not gonna happen.
Yeah, exactly. It's same with how Duckling is for me. I gave Duckling 5, 6 chances before I did my video on it, and I said it just won't click for me, man. But some movies are like that, and when Apartment 7A came out with Julia Garner, the prequel last year to Rosemary's Baby, I watched that, and I loved Julia Garner, and I loved that prequel, and it made me throw on the original Rosemary's Baby again after that and say, all right, let me watch it right after the prequel and stuff. And I got a little bit more of appreciation for it, but I still fucking think it's so boring. But after that, Russell, I tried looking for the sequel to see what happened to Rosemary's Baby, because I wanted to see how that would turn out, like how that turned out. And I couldn't find it anywhere. So, I mean, let me know if you know anywhere that it's streaming.
You know, I was like that with X
Happy weekend.
and Pearl. I seen X and I thought it was all right. You know, kills are good. You know, it had a good 70s feel to it, but I didn't appreciate it nearly as much until I seen
Pearl. Yeah,
I mean Pearl's
the masterpiece.
Then I went back and watched X, and I was like, and then they both shined after that, man. Now the third one doesn't, but the first two do.
I agree with all of that. I mean, X and Pearl are both masterpieces to me, and I saw them I saw them back to back that year, because I saw them right after Pearl came out, because I didn't see X. It's like usual every year. I catch up like every quarter on the horror releases, like the major ones and some obscure ones I'm recommended, every like 3-4 months throughout the year, and then I'll release and do a few spoiler-free reviews on newer releases, and then back to like deeper dives on older films and stuff, and then another quarter goes by the year, then I'll recap and watch a whole bunch of movies, and then I ended up watching that, and
Pearl made me appreciate the fuck out of it. I appreciate the hell out of X after Pearl. I was like, wow,
exactly. I didn't see X at the time, so when I caught up on it, it was when Pearl came out, and I said, all right, let me watch them back to back. And I was debating what to do, because I didn't know anything about either of them. I avoided all spoilers and shit, despite all the hype, and all I knew was that it was a prequel. So I said, should I watch the prequel first? And I said, let me watch them in order of release, and I watched X. And right after it, I watched Pearl, and I fucking loved both of them. I thought they were both excellent films, and since I've watched them several times since, they're masterpieces. Maxine was a letdown.
Yeah. But the first two has got that full journey for that Pearl character, man. Just it makes you understand why she's the way she is in X. It makes you totally get it.
Absolutely, and they did a great job with all the character writing and everything in that both of those movies. I mean, I've been wanting to throw Maxine back on, because I haven't watched it since it came out, and I was very let down by it. I didn't think anything was bad about it. I just thought it was very unmemorable.
It went the wrong way, in my opinion. The end, I think it'd been better if it would have hadn't changed the Night Stalker thing so much and went with her dad. I wish it hadn't went with the dad thing. That was my problem with it.
Yeah,
but
I kind of saw that coming just from the sermon in X. You know how you see her at the end of X, you see the guy on you know that she was part of some cult or whatever at the beginning. So I kind of expected that, but I felt like they could have went more with the whole Night Stalker thing. It was used as just a backdrop of the time period, and like, oh, this is also happening during the story we're invested in, but they never cross paths in any way, really. Like that pays off in any way.
It's like, why do it? Because it goes too deep in Night Stalker to not involve him in her story, which makes it strange. Which makes you wonder why if he's going to do that with it and not involve him, then keep him a little more to the back rather than so focused in the front where she's at.
Yeah, they tried making him like the red herring and stuff, and making him seem like he had some connection and stuff. I guess also because of the fact that we knew that there was some type of religious cult and something involved and stuff, so maybe he was part of it, but it never paid off in that way. It was just like, and then how they even wrap it up right at the end. It's just like, and the Night Stalker's been caught and stuff at the end, and that was it. And it's like, all right, but like,
we're making two movies at the same time and just decided to
we'll
just make one.
basically. It was very weird, but I mean, it was still very, very well made. The cinematography was great. Actually, I think the style of the movie might be the best out of the three films. I mean, Pearl has its own unique look and everything to it, but like the style, like and the color usage, the lighting and stuff, I think it was excellent, Maxine. But just the story was just not where I thought. It was just underwhelming. It felt like very underwhelming. So I want to rewatch
in
it.
comparison to the first two, that was why not. The first two hadn't been so good, it wouldn't have been so disappointing.
Yeah, for sure.
So good. And she was so good, and Pearl, man, that look she gets on her face, you know, when she's going, you know what I mean? And you can just see she's trying so hard not to be distraught. She's trying to smile, man, and you can feel every bit of it.
Oh yeah,
she's trying to smile, yet she's so distraught.
Yeah, everything she did in Pearl was fantastic. I love this how she's looking at Leandro putting the body in the coffin and stuff, and like he's like bent the ankles like back to stuff him in there, and it's the mannequin and stuff. And then she sees him again, like she's stuck in. Here's where I'll start, like with some of the interpretations. Like she's like stuck in some type of, like, this villa is some type of pocket dimension or purgatory, or something like that, where it seems like all these people are like stuck on like a loop of like whatever happened to them, like when they cross paths at this place. And Leandro, the devil, quote unquote, is like the puppet master, and he like preserves them and claims their souls as mannequins. That's kind of like what the basis interpretation of, like, the most basic is of the movie.
Damn. Oh, nice to get him back over him. Oh, hell. Stop killing me. Stop killing me. It's like he's dead, all right? Like he's not even selling the car anymore.
Yeah.
He's not even selling it, rolling over him anymore. He's dead now. You know, you remember somebody with a full-size vehicle and they're no longer selling the fact you're running over them, you can pretty much bet they're dead.
Yeah, I know. That's funny.
You don't have to do it anymore. Just relax.
I love the music. Yeah.
Save some for us.
That shot too, right there with the mannequins, and the one that has like the weird fucked up face before he pops out, which is a great scare. Like, that's a cool little jump scare done well, not like a cheap shit one.
I always thought mannequins are made weird looking on purpose, man. I mean, I've never seen a mannequin that wasn't strange in some kind of way.
Yeah, that's because it has that uncanny valley factor, right? You know, that makes us look at it and like it looks kind of human and close, but not quite. So it has that uncanny valley effect.
Shit is hitting the fan, man. She bashes back to the fucking neck, and she walks in just in time to see us. Says, "Ah!" and turns around and runs.
That's
perfect timing. Perfect timing. Black.
Oh, this is what this is when the driver, because their car's broken down, and that's why they're stuck here after giving Lisa the lift here.
That's how the Italian acting is different. Now, if that's America, the person might have stuck around for a minute and been like, oh, the Italians. She took the fuck off.
She was having they're married, this couple here, but she was having an affair with the guy who was killed. That Lisa just saw the guy, Telly Savalas' character put in the coffin. She was having an affair with him. Now she kills him, runs him over. That's what I mean. Everybody in these Italian movies is giallos and Italian horrors. Everyone killing everyone. Everyone's fucking each other over, blackmailing each other.
Look, her kids are falling out that she's getting bashed. Like the nipples were holding it on, man.
That's funny.
They were. That's why he was pissed.
And then you see, I love that shot too. When he looks out the window.
He's creepy looking.
I know, he's great. He's so freaking creepy.
He looks like
right,
if Bruce Lee was fucking if Bruce Lee was Italian, that'd be him.
Yeah.
He looks like an Italian Bruce Lee.
Yeah, Russell said cool effect with the car. Yeah, I like how he does that.
She just kept killing that motherfucker. That was
Yeah.
hilarious. I love that. He's like, all right, please.
And there's another one, which is also very similar to a Kill in Barren Blood
right.
from the year
So
prior.
he's sucking on the sucker here because he quit smoking. Huh? It makes sense. That,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
dumb.
I know. Yeah, it's kind of like a dream catcher with the guy, and many people. I've had friends who've done that. Toothpicks, they chew on toothpicks or chew gum or anything like that. I think it could to appease that oral fixation. I mean, I've been trying to quit vaping nicotine forever. But it's
I will
hard.
do it with actual cigarettes. Well, like you'll see me a lot of times just sitting around holding the
Yeah,
cigarette.
yeah, I
I'll
know,
put
and you
it
don't
out,
smoke it. Yeah.
and I take it
You
out.
don't light it. Yep. I've noticed that. Yeah.
It works. Yeah. I get distracted and I just never light it. And next thing you know,
Yep.
sometimes 2 or 3 hours go by. Hey, it's better than smoking it. So
Yeah. Right.
I need to stop that.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of his, as you can see, right? Like this is one of his more, if not his most surreal, dreamlike movie.
Yeah.
I mean, kill baby, kill, and this is great. Yeah, I love this scene.
Just his sense of humor is like that. He's enjoying himself.
Yeah, I love that kill. And it's nothing like over the top and stuff like in Bay of Blood.
Right.
He never really topped a Bay of Blood after that film. I mean, that was just like a gore showcase with the kills and stuff. Well, then the films he did after that was just Barren Blood, which has some good kills, but nothing great, nothing like Twitch. And then this movie, same thing. And Shock doesn't have any type of like gruesome kills or anything like that. So I mean, it was basically that was the pinnacle of his gore usage, I think, in Twitch. But even the way that he frames and shoots those kill scenes, like that one just there, of just an easy bludgeoning kill, and the way like the blood pours out onto the camera, it's so well shot. It's so stylish. Like any other director could take a pipe, have somebody bash him on the head and kill him like that, and it not be shot that same way, and it would not be as gorgeous. Like it's like gorgeous murder. It's only a few directors can do that. And Bava, Argento, Lynch, those are a few of them that pull it off well all the time. I love this scene when he finally is like dressed down a bit. And I'm glad you're enjoying it, Russ. It's his first time watching it.
He's measuring the rope. He's like, that's where we need it.
Yeah. I love how he's just like his shirt's pulled out, right? Like his buttons are unbuttoned. Yeah, he's not in his suit.
Yeah.
And that mural in the background on the wall, it's fucking gorgeous. How he's talking to himself too here.
He's just he enjoys good conversation.
Yeah.
He pulls down her dress there. Okay. Let me pull this down.
I'm going to put a poll in the chat of tomorrow whether... Actually, I forgot. I don't know how to do it on the phone here. And I don't want to change tabs on here. I'll put a community post for tomorrow night for Twin Peaks, because it's been a while since we did Twin Peaks with Halloween month and everything. So it's been like a little over a month. So we're up to like season 2, episode 8 through 10. So I'm thinking about doing that tomorrow night, guys. So I'll put a poll on the channel after this and let that run till tomorrow. See if people want to get back into Twin Peaks tomorrow night. I love how he's drinking, he's talking, the mannequin here. Well, it's kind of a mannequin, it's kind of not.
She's like, what the fuck? What is that? She's like, what the hell? I just would. Don't leave it alone.
Because we see this character die like 3 times in this movie, like come back to life. Not this one, but like the one that keeps stalking her throughout it,
Yeah.
and saying like, and he recognizes her, and the one that she looks just like, and she found the drawing, the portrait that looks just like her.
You saw how she was in that spot, and you came back for her.
I fixed it. Yeah. The whole time he's still measuring her. Cigarette holder.
It makes you wonder, just like seeing all the mannequin heads and mannequin parts and mannequins everywhere, like how many victims there have been over time. Such devilish acts. I love that line. It's like in the literal, almost devil saying it.
She acts like she actually snuck away. You know what I mean? She's actually behaving like she really snuck away. She's like, I don't think he's seen me.
So many deaths.
Modern day Helen or Cleopatra.
Sleeping Beauty. And like Prince John.
Damn.
Didn't work. Sleeping Beauty awakens. How do you feel? Did you sleep well?
Oh, he's taking measurements. I love that.
Yeah. The whole time he's measuring. He's like,
Yeah.
The whole time he's thinking about you.
And I love how she sees, the mannequin of Carlos. It's not possible. The glue is still wet.
Yeah. He's like, he's not ready yet. Don't mess with that. Yeah, I think I was just a tad ahead of you somehow. We started at the same time. Maybe your version was a little longer. Because I was already the part where she behaves like she snuck away.
Well, what timestamp are you on?
Well, I just backed it up to an hour and 4.
I'm at 107. You can go ahead a few minutes.
Really?
Yeah, right now she's talking with Leandro, and they're looking at the mannequin of Carlos.
Okay.
And she's saying like, how? Like, he's alive, isn't he? Like, she's looking at the mannequin of him, and he's saying, oh, no, Carlos is dead. It's at 107, 34, 35, 36.
Okay. Yeah.
I love that shot too. That's a set there. It looks like a lot of the mansion, the villa here was a set, but like you could tell those are like mini sets, like the hallways and stuff. Some of these,
Yeah.
but I love the lighting there too. And it's funny, both my favorite Bava films both have villas in them. I love Villa Grops and Kill Baby Kill, and this villa in this one. Oh, there she goes. She finds the body. And Miss Tanner with her. So Maximilian is the one that, like, she is obsessed with her because she looks just like his ex-lover, Elena. Like, identical. And says that it's her. That is a whole nother layer of, like, is this really her? Like, is she, like, living, like, a reincarnated life as Elena, that this girl that Maximilian was in love with. Convoluted as fuck. Like I said, like every Italian movie back then, there's so much shit. And that guy Carlos, who's a mannequin now, who's dead in that last scene they were talking about, she was the Countess's husband. I think she killed him or backstabbed him in some way. And it's Maximilian's stepfather. And then like there's like an semi-incestuous relationship between the mother and Maximilian back in the day. Like so many different things going on, like the family dynamic, just like a Bay of Blood. Like look how convoluted that fucking movie is.
Yeah,
where everyone is a killer. Like every kill almost is done by somebody else in the movie.
yeah.
There's a few
Killers kill the killers. Yeah.
Yeah, like nonstop. I feel like I've seen him in other stuff too. Like a few of the characters, the side characters here, I've seen in other giallos or Italian films. Maybe I haven't seen this guy who plays Maximilian because I know this was a co-production between Spain and Italy, and maybe another country. I'm gonna look it up now. Might be like a third country involved there too. So I think there's some like one or two Spanish actors.
Okay, he's sticking out the bosom.
I really like this guy's performance, so Maximilian.
Because there she actually is, the skull.
Oh, okay. The other woman, that's the one who ran over her husband a little bit ago. She was the bride of Hercules in Hercules from 1958 and the sequel Hercules Unchained from 1960.
Yeah, he's undressing her.
Oh yeah. And he rapes her in this movie, I think. Yeah, he does. Like later on though.
Yeah, so
that's right. Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier with like the psycho type vibes.
Yeah. Yes.
That's Elena's body, apparently. The one that he was in love with, that she looks just like.
Yeah, she's wearing the wedding dress and everything. Somehow my 111 or 112 is different than yours, I think, by a little bit.
What's that? I'm at like 112 almost. I'm at 5 seconds to 112.
Yeah, same here. And he's already got her all undressed and everything.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, maybe there's what are you watching it on? Or your physical?
No, like YouTube.
Oh, okay. Are you watching the YouTube one that starts with like there's like an intro before the movie starts? It's like it's like something Castle After Dark or whatever presents Lisa. I don't know.
No,
I'm watching one on Shudder.
It starts out with Telly Savalas on there, and it says and it starts out
that's like how mine starts. Yeah, that's weird.
I think yours might be a little longer. Your version,
yours might be cut a bit actually.
Yeah, well,
be cut a little. Well, what's the runtime on yours? Totally. This one is
1:31:43.
This would be shit. Hang on, to tell you 113. We got 22 left. There we go. Hour 35. Hour and 35. This one.
So you're like 3 minutes longer.
Okay, so there's 3 minutes cut. Yeah, because there's a few different cuts because the actual original here that we're watching, Lisa and the Devil, didn't get a theatrical cut release. I mean, it was they made the movie, then it had like a limited release, I think, in Italy, but like I'm not sure if it was theatrically or what happened. It had screenings. And then The Exorcist took off. And then they did the whole recut of House of Exorcism. And that's the one that got released theatrically and made it to the States and got released theatrically. And then I think maybe they re-released the original cut here theatrically, like for a limited release. And that was it. I don't think the original cut here was like made available until after Bava died, which was in 1980. Because the House of Exorcism cut was like the one that was promoted a lot more and was out there more because they really tried pushing hard to like capitalize on The Exorcist. And it's such a different movie. Like from what I remember, it's so different. It's like a butchered version of this one, and a whole different narrative spun on it just from the few extra scenes added and the possession stuff added. That's another thing I love in Bava films. Like a minute or two ago for you, when he's taking her clothes off, like, and he has his shirt off, and then it just zooms around objects in the room. You know, like close ups on like little knickknacks here, and then it goes to another shot of some knickknacks, and then a clock on the wall, and just those little zoom in shots on little things in the room. And with the music, it's so fucking surreal. And it's so creepy how they're both naked and next to a dead corpse. I mean, that's fucking disturbing for like 1973. I mean, it was a year before Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And that was one wild movie. No one's ever seen shit like it. And I mean, Psycho had the corpse, you know, the mother, of course, but like having a couple nude, like fucking like in a bed next to a corpse, like a skeleton. I feel like that was ahead of its time for 73.
Yeah, he was he was totally happy with himself and totally just excited until he looked over and seen her corpse.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he's very disturbed, obviously.
Oh yeah, for sure. He plays a great role though.
Yeah,
he plays a really good role. I'm trying to find something else he was in, but I don't think maybe I never did see him in anything else. He might just have that like face that like looks familiar. Yeah, he doesn't even have like an Wikipedia page or like anything with info on him. Oh yeah, see, so it says the Lease and the Devil version, the original cut here, never received a theatrical release in Italy in its original form. So yeah, it was just they did the House of Exorcism cut, and that got released theatrically. And and Roberto Bava shot certain of those scenes for the House of Exorcism cut. He helped out the producer Alfredo Leone to shoot those extra scenes to add to it. I love how he looks all demented here, and like hearing the laughing and the voice mocking him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a big ass fucking bag of popcorn from Costco earlier. So mind that. That shit's chilling there. This is the perfect popcorn movie. Oh, that's what I was thinking earlier with the Blob when I was watching that. Since it's been forever seeing that original. Like I said, it's good. It's nowhere near the original for me, but like it reminded me of. It's like one of the quintessential B sci-fi films.
Yeah.
And they just don't like make movies like that anymore. Like it's so cheesy, that movie, but it's still good and it works in a lot of aspects, and then it doesn't work in a lot of other aspects. And even Steve McQueen, though, like you would think, that was his first leading role in a film, and he doesn't even do that great of a job. And it's Steve McQueen, so I mean, it has so much cheese though to it. It like you can't help but love it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Is and they always had to have those those love scenes with the sweet music. You know what I mean? Every
Yeah,
film had.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying earlier. Yep.
At least a couple of minutes where the guy grabbed the girl's upset. He grabs her by the arms. He's just, it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
don't
here.
worry. I will be back, honey. Don't worry. The train will leave after midnight. I will return to the city in the morning. That type of shit. Like some music in the background.
Or like when a woman's losing it, he just gives her a slap. You know, and she's like grateful because he slapped her. It's like,
Yeah,
damn,
that's
my
funny.
helping to choose.
No,
Not me.
there
That
is a
motherfucker.
scene. There's funny scenes like that in the original. Earlier, I was laughing because there's like a nurse in the room. Like it follows, like I said, the story kind of well. The remake followed the original pretty well. Like there's a scene with the hobo, the homeless person, getting like the blob on his hand. They go to a doctor and they see him get eaten by the blob and all that. So there's a nurse in the room, and the blob is there on the floor, and he's like, let me get my gun, it's in the room. And she's like, just stay right there, stay very still. And I'm laughing my ass off because this male doctor told this female nurse and stuff, and this poor girl just saying, don't worry, I'll be right back. She's like, no doctor. He's like, I'll be right back for you. Like
Yeah.
something like that. It was so funny. And it's like that's like the epitome of just cheesy sci-fi from the late 50s.
Yeah. The original thing has shit like that too. And there's
Yeah.
people are constantly going in and out of doors. Click, 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 slam, click, click, slam, click, 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 slam.
Yeah.
Just constantly going through a door. Slam, slam, click, 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 slam.
Oh, so he killed his mother.
It was like they have a guest for dinner. They're all, wow, he's got a bunch of guests for dinner.
Yeah, there you go, Russ. Exactly. Yep. But like I said, even though, and it may sound crazy, you know, as Steve McQueen's a legend, but his performance is not great in the Blob. It's not the best. It's not bad, but it's hokey, cheesy, hammed up, you know, and then in a very young performance, you know, in a very early performance.
Yeah,
His first feature film. I love that staircase. Oh, you know me with staircases by now in horror. I don't know what it is, man, with me. I always something about staircases, especially spiral staircases, which Bava uses in a lot of movies. And I love the color here. That red.
He just looks kind of just confused and just lost.
Lost is like the perfect word to describe every character in this movie and the whole movie in general, and almost every viewer after watching the movie.
And here, oh man,
that's such a great shot with all the corpses at the table.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
He's got them all. Yeah. That was redone later in a couple of different movies, like Happy Birthday to Me.
Happy Birthday to Me. Yep. I was just thinking that. Yep. And Sleepaway Camp 2 on Happy Campers and The Cabin.
Yeah.
I knew immediately you were going to say Happy Birthday to Me too.
Hell Night down in the dungeon down at the bottom.
Yeah. Yep. You're right. I've never been a big Hell Night fan. I've never like been.
I like it. I think it was just when I seen it. I seen it when I was like 8, 9 years old, and I was into that kind of thing at the time.
I love the cast and Linda Blair, and then what's his name? The one from Friday Part 4, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I wish I get the actor's name, but yeah, Linda Blair and him. They're great. I like their chemistry in it. I don't know. It's just the movie itself. The story never like grabbed me fully.
It's also got then one of the sons to the dad in Eight Is Enough, and the brother to the main villain in Class of 1984, Van Patten, Vincent
Oh,
Van
okay.
Patten.
Okay, yeah, Vincent Van Patten.
And you got Timothy Van Patten, and then the dad was the heavy set. Their dad was the heavy set dad in Eight Is Enough. Believe it or not, they're
Oh, okay. Oh, really?
putting him, aren't they?
I would have never connected that and knew that.
That's
I
their
love
dad.
the shot of the mom here, the counter's coming after him, like floating. That's like straight up out of earlier Bava with Black Sabbath, with the the best segment out of the three, with the glass of water with the corpse, the most evil, disturbing looking dead body in horror in Black Sabbath. That's what that reminds me of. Like he was emulating that same type of shot with the corpse from Black Sabbath. And Maximilian falls out the window. And look at that. She's just immobilized like she's a mannequin.
I'm at an hour and 22 prime one. I'm at an hour and 22.
I'm at an hour 24:40.
I had to back up just a little bit so that we would be on, since I found out that 3 minutes.
Because you're on different.
I walked 3 minutes ahead, and then I backed up 3 minutes so we could be on.
She just woke up after Maximilian fell out the window, and now she's opening her eyes.
She realizes she was assaulted. Yeah, she has to realize.
And Maximilian just fell out the window, right? He got killed because his mom was creeping towards him. Yeah. Now she's waking up fully. Now she's like the painting on the wall, and I love that zoom out from it.
Like, how did I get naked? Oh, she has to notice.
Yeah, Prime, let us know if you need any more timestamp info, or if you're caught up.
Yeah, the Flesh Eater. I've still never seen Flesh Eater with Bill Hines.
Oh, the Flesh Eater. I don't think I saw that either.
It's one made just a few years back.
Okay.
He plays the zombie from Night of the Living Dead. He plays
okay. Okay. Didn't that new movie come out from Romero's daughter? A dead film. Wasn't there a dead film that was coming out from Romero's daughter? Or like, I'm pretty sure it was Romero's daughter. Let me see. Hold on.
Yeah, it was something like that. I don't know if it did or not.
I think it might have came out. Yeah, is directing the new zombie film Queens of the Dead, which is her first feature film. The movie is a zombie comedy that pays tribute to her father's legacy with a queer contemporary twist, following a group of drag queens and club kids during a zombie apocalypse. Horror comedy. When does that come out? Oh, it came out already. Or it's coming out this year. Well, let's see. October 24th. It came out already. Yeah, October 24th. So it's out there. Horror comedy from Tina Romero, George Romero's daughter.
Cool. I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, I got to check that out.
I had no idea when it was coming out. I didn't even know for sure that I just knew it was being talked about.
Yeah, I'm curious enough. Yeah, cool, Prime. Yeah, this is where it all gets weird. I mean, it's all been weird. But I mean, this is where it gets real weird. Because then she wakes up, she leaves this place.
There he is.
Everyone's gone, but yet they were all just alive as around the table. And see what I mean when I said earlier how very Carnival of Souls-esque in the whole atmosphere and the way the movie played, and like it's very similar. And that was before this. That was what, 68, 67 Carnival of Souls?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Late 60s. I love that music. So I keep forgetting to look up the score. Who did the score on this? Before we end this, I want to look that up. Score. Music by Carlos Savina. Okay, so he was music director on The Godfather. He didn't score it, but he was music director on it, and on Armacord and The Bear from 1988. And he worked with many score composers: Ennio Morricone, Mario Bava, Stanley Myers, spaghetti westerns. He did a lot of stuff for. So yeah, he's done a lot of stuff, but nothing that I can think of offhand.
There you go.
As she sees the school kids here, which is some pertinent information they say here. Hmm. So these group of school kids, one of them says she's a ghost as she comes out. Everyone knows that. No one's lived in that house for 100 years. So no one lives in that house. She's back to how she was at the beginning of the movie, walking around these great, beautiful designs, in architecture.
Yeah.
That same arch, actually, is the one that she comes through at the beginning. Remember that same arch when I pointed out the arch? That's the same one. I'm pretty damn sure. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Because it leads right back to, yeah, it is. It definitely is. Then she throws the ball back. And there is Leandro. With the lollipop again, with a mannequin. That looks like the girl who ran her husband over, right? Oh no,
Yeah.
that looks like her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Lisa.
Yeah, because he looks kind of sad about you know what I mean. He's just like, damn.
Now,
Dude's kind of
there's one final twist, then I'll get into like the possible interpretations of what the hell happens in this movie.
yeah.
The Flesh Eater was funny as hell. Main zombie show that everyone was boss. Yeah, I haven't seen The Flesh Eater. I gotta check that out. You just hit the ending, Russ? Yeah, she's on the plane. She's on the plane right now, pushing the button, the service light.
Where in the hell is everybody?
Yeah, I know, right? It's just her. Or it seems at first.
Hell yeah,
I loved it. And just the way that he shoots this plane, too, the empty plane. That's fucking excellent, too. I mean, everything that Mario Bava has ever shot is fucking gorgeous. He started as a cinematographer.
It looks like, I mean, it don't look like a small plane, but it don't look like a big plane either, yet she just keeps going back.
Yeah, exactly. And that's something that you see throughout the movie and throughout the house and the villa, is that the layout of it changes throughout it. Like, and there's rooms and stairs that don't make sense or there and aren't there, just like at the beginning of the movie where he first encounters her. Then like behind her there was an entrance, like where there was just a wall. There's a lot of the like layout changing around and little subtle things like that.
She's like, there's no way you should keep going back.
This
Damn.
is such a great shot when she sees when she finally gets to the back of this plane. And it is a pretty big plane, actually. Now she went back like 3 sections.
Yeah, at least. She's still running, forward, and it didn't look like it was that big.
Yeah, nah.
Now
There
she's
you go.
back to start
There
again.
you go. All those zoom in shots.
Yeah, you can't escape. You're on a plane.
All those zoom in shots of all the people at the house, all the guests, Maximilian, the mother, the countess,
I know
all
it.
on the plane. What? He'd be the captain, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So then she opens the cockpit door after asking for help. And who is it? Good old Leandro, Telly Savalas. And I love his look when he turns back and just again with the lollipop, tips the hat, takes the hat off. And then you see her dressed like a mannequin and fall apart like one.
Yeah.
So there's multiple
She
theories
was
for this
dead.
movie.
She was like all of a sudden she got the life sucked out of her and then she was dead to me.
Yeah, and that's one interpretation is that he's the devil basically, and he claims all these people's souls that stumble upon either the fresco, the mural in that village, because they mention at the very beginning where she sees the mural that it's the people of this area are very superstitious and think that only the devil himself, can do something. And they mention the whole backstory quickly if you listen carefully at the beginning. So there's a whole mythos about that mural and the devil and stuff in that village. So I guess throughout time, like anyone who stopped at that villa seems to be like a state of purgatory. Like all those characters weren't really alive throughout this movie. Like they died and were killed at various points, and they're all just kind of reliving stuff in the villa, if that makes sense. And then he basically claims her soul too at the end. By any time anyone that ends up being killed turns into a mannequin, and he like takes great care and pride with those mannequins, and like it's like he's curated their souls. That's basically how I've always taken the movie. But there's theories that like she's been dead the whole film, that as soon as she got off the bus at the beginning or the plane at the beginning, she was dead, and everything was just her in the afterlife, and or like a reincarnation thing because of how she looks identical to Elena, the character that Maximilian was in love with. But it's such a surreal movie, and there's no answers, and I love it for that. Like it's shot perfectly. The sound design's excellent. Telly Savalas is excellent. She does Elke Sommer does an excellent job. Everyone does a great job in this movie. And for a movie that was shot completely silent with no sound, and then everything put in afterwards in post. I mean, that adds to the surreal nature of it. Because you could, I mean, it outside of your typical like Italian dubbing and stuff, right? Because we see that in every Italian film for the most part. But like just the fact that they didn't record any sound at all and then put it all in, it makes it seem even more disjointed and like more disconnected from reality. But what did you think? What did you think on watching this for the first time in who knows how long? And you said it was the House Exorcism one that you watched last.
Yeah, the last scene was a lot different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I much preferred it like that. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm definitely glad that I've seen it. Or I may never have watched it again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's a very underrated Bava film that for some reason I don't know why it is, because again I think it's his second best film. It's just so abstract. It's so out there. It's so surreal. It's so even bordering on avant-garde almost in a way. It's like a fever dream, like Phantasm, like has a very similar feel. And that was several years after this. Like Phantasm has a very similar feel to this movie. There's a lot of films that have that very dreamlike, nightmarish like hellscape feel to it, or purgatory feel. Dead End, we were talking about earlier, that one has that type of feel to it too, like a purgatory or an afterlife in some way they're reliving or trapped in. That's kind of what happens in this movie.
Yeah.
That they're all trapped in this purgatory of some sort, and he's the puppet master. He's the devil. He's pulling the strings, and he's collecting their souls, I guess, because like you said, it looks like at the end, like she collapses into a mannequin, but it was like it was her essence was sucked out, like her soul was sucked out of her, and now she's just a mannequin to decorate the place, like all the other ones do. But
she was blue and gray, and she was kind of sunk in.
Yeah. But great effects, good kills. Not great anything, or there's not really a focus on kills in this movie because it's not even a giallo, so it's not like this and any type of emphasis on that. It's a straight, much more gothic horror film, like kind of like Kill Baby Kill is. Then it's closer to Kill Baby Kill, and I would say, and Shock, and few other films like Black Sabbath, we mentioned Black Sunday, than it is to Twitch or $5 for an August Moon or Hatchet for the Honeymoon, any of his giallos, Blood and Black Lace, The Evil Eye. It's such a different film from Bava. Like it's the only film of its kind, I think, in his filmography. But what were we gonna say?
No, I was saying that. Yeah, I was totally agreeing. Yeah, I'm glad that I checked it out because like I said from the other one that I seen.
You might have not checked it out.
I may have never tried to watch it again. I really hadn't any plans on it.
That's the problem with it, with the House of Exorcism cut, is it will do that. It can dissuade people from checking out the original because it's such a different movie, even though it is made up of a lot of the same footage from the original here. But all the added scenes, which isn't that much, I think it's only like maybe 20 minutes worth of added stuff that has my cousin in it, but but that's like it. And then there's like a whole, they turn it into a possession that she got like possessed at the house or something like that, and now the priest comes in and to rid her of the demonic spirit, and like it's a whole different story just from like changing the context and from editing it a bunch and reordering stuff and adding those new scenes in. So it made like this whole new film that sucks, honestly, compared to the masterpiece original here. But yeah, that's Mario Bava's Lisa and the Devil from 73, 74, whatever you want to call it, but came out in Italy in 73. But as always, Keith, thank you for joining.
Oh, of course, man.
And he's going to be joining me for Trilogy of Terror on Sunday, guys. So we're going to be doing Trilogy of Terror on Sunday night at 11 p.m. And Gore will be joining us as well on that one. And yeah, I'll put a poll up later or in the morning about maybe about doing Twin Peaks tomorrow night. So you guys let me know. But all right, guys, everyone in the chat, thanks for watching. Ross, have a good night. Prime, have a great night. Everybody, wherever you're from, good morning, good afternoon, good night. Keith, have a great night. I'll talk to you soon, brother. And everybody, take care.